Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. Now, first things first, thank you, God, for another day and opportunity. Thank y'all, the Rich family, for continuing to show your support every single day. I just want to go ahead and say thank y'all for always being here since day one. And as y'all can see, I'm going to be bringing y'all the defensive anchor build out of the center position. But before that, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And let's reach 50 likes on today's video. Now, this defensive anchor build, I'm telling y'all, we are going to be able to speed boost, and this is definitely one of the best and most rare defensive build names that you're going to be seeing in all of 2K. So to get started, put this build under the center position. Then when it comes down to the height, what I'm going to do is make this build to where it's versatile as it possibly can be. So I'm going to go with 6'9". Now, if you want to go anything higher than what I'm showing y'all, that is definitely okay. But just remember, if you make any type of adjustment, this is all going to be subjected to possibly changing the build name. Now, for the weight, I do want to be the fastest possible, so I'm going to go with 215. Then with the wingspan, you can go anywhere from 7'5 up to 7'7, and I'm just going to go ahead and max it out. Now, for the body shape, you can go with slight, built. If burly is available, go ahead and pick it. But today, let's go ahead and get into the actual attributes now. So, when it comes down to the finishing, this is going to play a huge factor in what you're going to be able to do as far as when it comes down to contact dunks. So for the close shot, I'm going to go with a 52. Driving layup, going to be brought up all the way to an 80. Now for the driving dunk, you can go ahead and put this all the way to an 85 or max it out, but I'm going to go with an 84, leaving it at the threshold that we do need for the contact dunks. Now for the standing dunk, I'm going to go with the 90, and pretty much we have everything that we need, getting a total of 21 badges right here, but then also we get the contact dunks, still a super high standing dunk, and we will able to easily be able to get a 99 put towards the standing. Now let's go ahead and move on to the finishing. If you do want to upgrade the close shot or the post control, that is really optional. But for the shooting, I'm going to max out that mid-range. For the three-pointer, go with a 77, and that's going to bring us up to a total of 23 shooting badges. Now a free throw is going to be caught up at 72. Then for the badges that we do get, a total of 5 Hall of Fame shooting badges, and we get a bunch of silver and 3 gold in this area. Now, once we go ahead and get into the playmaking, remember, we are going to be able to speed boost with this build, as well as have the potential of pretty much being one of the most versatile builds in all of 2K. So, I'm going to go ahead and put my pass accuracy to a 70, ball handle 75, then the speed with ball will be a 66. Now we get 17 playmaking badges, but we have everything that we need when it comes down to silver bullet passer, silver tight handles, and even quick first step. Now I'm just happy that we are at least able to maintain a silver handles for days badge. Now let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the final area of this build when it comes down to the stats, and that's going to be the defensive area. So I'm going to max up my interior right at an 83. Perimeter defense, this is optional, but for my liking, I want to be able to unlock the lockdown takeover. So I'm going to go with an 81 for this area. Steal, this is pretty optional. I'm going to go with the 79 right here. And then for the block and the rebounding, if you want to get the most possible badges, go with the 97 or a 99 block. Then for the offensive rebound, what I'm going to go ahead and do is put this to where I'm going to be able to leave it at a 62 and bring the offensive or the defensive up to my own liking. So as long as you go with an 87 defensive or offensive rebound, that's going to be perfect with a total of 29 defensive badges, 7 of these being Hall of Fame. Now, I'm saying this is easily one of the best all-around builds, especially being at the height of 6'9", and we still have not even seen the takeovers that we're going to be able to unlock. So for the speed, I'm going to max this out. Same thing for the acceleration. Go with a 58 strength. Vertical, going to be an 80 with a 90 stamina. Now, this is the point of the video to where if you want to make any changes, go ahead and do so right now. But as for the badge count in each area of this build, I'm telling you, we have everything that we're going to need. Anything from the defensive. As for the playmaking, I'm just excited that we're able to get a good amount of silver badges, ones that are going to be key badges to work with when playing. Now for the shooting, I feel like we have more than enough badges, especially with the fact that I'm one to spread the wealth with this area of the build. And then for the finishing, this is going to be super toxic because we are able to get pretty much all of the contact dunks that we're going to be needing. Now, as for the takeovers, this is going to play the biggest factor with adding boost towards this build as well as what we're going to be able to do. So take that into account, but let's go ahead and see what we're able to pick from. So we get the sharpshooting, the playmaking, which means when activated, we will be able to break ankles and also speed boost. But then we get the actual lockdown takeover with the rim protecting. So however you want to go about the making of this build for the takeovers, make sure that you pick based off your own playstyle and what you think is going to be best. So one way that I would throw out, just so y'all know, consider going with double lockdown takeover. One should be paint intimidation. The second one, I would go with either extreme clamps or enhanced jump shot contest. Now this would really make this easily one of the most, if not the most, toxic builds to use. But I'm going to go with the playmaking takeover. And as y'all can see, with these stats, we have created a defensive anchor build. Now, we have to go ahead and check out really quick which badge count you should be going with as well as the setups that come along with it. But if you made it this far into the video, go ahead and let me know, what did y'all think so far about the making of this build? Especially once it comes down to the badges, you're going to get a good idea of the different things that we're able to do. So to start out with the finishing, I'm going to go with Limitless Takeoff on gold as well as Posterizer. Now from here, I like Fast Twitch on Hall of Fame, Silver, Fearless Finisher. Then for the final two badges, this is where I would spread the wealth, so you can go with possibly Rise Up or Unstrippable. But I feel like both of these are going to be a really good option to pick from, especially because it balances out pretty perfect. Now for the shooting, a total of 23 badges. And just to say, we have to go ahead and make sure that we throw on all of the badges that are going to give us a boost put towards our shooting percentage. Now I'm going to go with Silver, Limitless Takeoff, Catch and Shoot, Deadeye, and then Hall of Fame Sniper. Now, I do like Hot Zone Hunter. I'm going to go with Silver for this badge. Then for the final one, I would consider Rhythm Shooter since it's going to take up the last 5 badges. But you can even go with Silver Green Machine, then spread the wealth between the last 2 bronze badges. Now, Volume Shooter on Silver is one way that you can go about it, or you can go with Bronze Corner Specialist as well as Rhythm Shooter. Now, all of these are some good options to pick from. Just make sure that you're basing it all off of your own preference. Now, for the playmaking, I'm going to go with Silver Handles for days, Quick First Step, Tight Handles, which means we're going to be able to break ankles even easier. Then, when it comes down to Triple Threat Juke, I'm going to throw this on as well. Same thing with Space Creator, and then for the final few badges, if you want to take off Space Creator, I would go with Silver Bullet Passer, Bronze Bailout, as well as Bronze Unpluckable. Now that's the setup for the playmaking. Let's go ahead and get into the final area of this build, which is going to be the defense. So to start out, I'm going to go with Hall of Fame Intimidator, especially because this is the most important defensive badge that anybody who has it unlocked should be throwing on. Now from here, I'm going to go with Hall of Fame Chase Down Artist, which leaves us with 19 remaining badges. You cannot forget about Silver Rebound Chaser. I'm going to go with Hall of Fame Pogo Stick as well as Rim Protector. I feel like these 2 badges pair up pretty nicely, especially when you know exactly what you're working with and doing. Then from there, I'm going to go with Silver Clamps, and we have one final badge to throw on this build. So if you want to, this is the area to where I would start making some adjustments and changes, just so that way I'm able to get extra badges out of this build. So as you can see, I did go with Gold Pogo Stick instead of Hall of Fame, but I'm going to switch it up to where I leave it on Hall of Fame, go with Gold Chase Down Artist, then from there, we are still able to maintain silver box, and I'm going to leave it on with the final badge being bronze interceptor. And this is the setup of badges that we're going to be able to work with. So we get 21 finishing badges. Then when it comes down to the shooting, 23. Playmaking will be 17, and then 4, the defensive area. This is going to be 29, and consider the extra 12 badges that we're able to unlock from each season, as well as our Reaper. So thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity and another day. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications so you can be a part of the Rich family. And let's reach 50 likes on today's video. Again, thank y'all. I love you and I appreciate you. God bless y'all. And with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.